What's up, people? This is Mr. UV, aka Mr. Ultraviolet, and in this video, Naruto Ninja Awakening, aka Ninja Storm Origins, I will be covering Sakura, a Sakura breakdown of her character, overview, whatever you want to call it. I did unlocking her. I covered that in my previous video, the mistake I made, but neither here or there. Let's get into it. I'm basically going to cover. Now, I will say this, even though it was a mistake, she is a great character, alright? So, let's get into it. You can unlock Sakura through VIP. That's the one way to get her. And the second way to get her is through story, alright? Through story. Alright, so let's go ahead and just jump right into her. Let's look at her stats. Now, mind you, these are low stats because I am a 4-star. I have a 4-star version of her. Alright, typically all my other heroes are like 5-star, and pretty much when I have 5-star, if you're on my server or like a high-end server, 5 or up, 4 is really not gonna do it, but that's neither here or there. Alright, so our first ability, the tongue tooth sticky acid or whatever, it summons a slug. It attacks the enemy for 204% damage and has a chance in inflicting 1 stack of poison, 4-second cooldown. Now, like it says, it has a chance of inflicting poison, but about 9 times out of 10, it can poison or it will poison. Alright, so don't worry too much about that. Alright, so on the second ability, the Cherry Blossom Tearing of Impact, she uses Taijutsu attack enemies, dealing 399% damage, 8-second cooldown. Basically, she like lunges forward like on some Dragon Ball Z, and she hits him with like a flurry punch, like a multiple flurry punch. Alright, this is a great ability. It goes hand in hand with these two right here. So those two are her bread and butter. Alright, so remember those, and I'll show you. Alright, strength of 100 seals. That's her first heal. She attacks the enemy with strength of 100, dealing damage of 126% within 3 seconds, healing herself. Remember, herself for the amount of damage inflicted, and then she also increases damage reduction for all enemies by 40%. And a 12-second cooldown and a defense up. That's what I pretty much call it. Lasts for 4 seconds. So this is a great ability because it allows you to have control over how much damage you want your team to take. If your team is taking a lot of damage, you want to cut it down by 40%. Pop that ability right there. Not only that, it will allow her to heal. So this heals herself, and then she gives everybody on the team something like defense up. All right, this is a great ability right here. Great ability. Now I will say this. Her damage is lower than Tsunade's. Now, her damage output is lower than Tsunade's, but it's better because she's a hero. So her damage can go actually higher than Tsunade's because she's a hero. All right, so let's get into her ultimate. Creation Rebirth. She summons a slug and attacks the enemy, dealing 162% damage within 3 seconds. Heals all allies for the same amount of damage. Also grants all allies immunity. All right, 20-second cooldown. Now, the thing about, like I said, the creation one, it is a heal for the whole team. All right, so the one above it is her other heals just for her, the 100 seals or whatever. This one is for the whole team. Now, the immunity status thing, basically if you have on like fire or anything like that, she takes that off of the team and makes them immune for 4 seconds. All right, so her passive, every 15 seconds she heals all allies for 50% of max HP, and it goes up, it scales up depending on the stars. So she has the same passive as Tsunade, minus Tsunade has the increase on his defense up for herself. The way they did it, they put the defense up for the team onto one of her abilities, this one right there. All right, so she has 2 heals that you can engage, and then she has a 15-second heal like Tsunade. Now, Tsunade only has 1 healed on her ability, as you can see, the summoning technique. And hers is a 4 seconds, so it does take 4 seconds to get the full heal. Whereas Sakura's, both of her heals were 3 seconds. And they both have the passive for 15 seconds. And like I covered, Tsunade on her passive, she gains the defense up for herself, not the whole team. All right, she gains the defense up for herself, not the whole team. So keep that in mind. So in my opinion, Sakura is a better character. All right. And I will say this, Sakura's basic. She like throws out kunai. She throws out 1, 2, and then on the third one, she throws out 3. And the third one typically crits pretty often, I would say. It is a great ability because she can use it from range. All right. So we're gonna cut right into this, and then after that, I'll show you. So I'm gonna skip past. Okay, now that we're back, let's go ahead. Now, these are her basics. As you can see, she throws 1, 2, then the third one, she's going to throw 3. And they can hit multiple enemies because they branch out in different directions. And the third one seems to crit pretty often from my experience, all right? Now, it is a great ability, all right? So, let's go with, this is the one, the slug, like the 4-second one, like, all right? Now, she summons a slug and it can't poison you. Now, the reason why it's not showing anything is because it has tracking on it. Because there's not an enemy close around me, the slug's not popping up. But if I was near an enemy, it would pop up and it would track them and it would just leave a trail of poison. All right, now that's the Dragon Ball Z power up one, the heal of 1,000 seals or 100,000 strength or whatever the heck the thing's called. But that's that one that she heals herself, the self heal. Now that's the team heal, where she summons the the giant slug and heals the whole team. All right, so you're gonna pop that one off for your team as often as possible. All right, now the way that I typically do is hit him with that Dragon Ball Z one, and you see how she jumps back? That's automatic. That's not me using dash. But when she finishes the flurry, she jumps back. That's why I said you use the poison, boom. That's her bread and butter. You hit him with that. She engages, hit him with the flurry punch, jumps back, gets some distance, drops down the slug that does the poison, and that has tracking on it. And then she can go into her basic because it's a range attack. Not only does pretty much all her abilities, I will say, every ability she has tracking on it, other than her basic, obviously. All her abilities has tracking, even her ultimate with the group heal. The slug will drop down on enemies all the time, wherever the closest enemy is, or the enemy that you're aimed at, the closest enemy you're looking towards, it'll drop down right on top of them. It has tracking on it. The Dragon Ball Z lunge punch has tracking on it. It will travel almost pretty much full screen, so just to hit a person. It has long range, and it will land. And then once she does it, she'll jump back, allowing for you to do range attacks. And the slug that she just used right there that initiates the poison, 50-50 type thing, it has tracking as well. So as you can see, I'm using it on enemies. That's why it's popping up. You see that? I wasn't even looking at that guy, but it hit him and it ended up killing him. So this is what I'm saying. Sakura get busy. She can get busy. I used her a lot in a lot of missions I couldn't beat. So a lot of missions and story that I couldn't beat, that was too weak or I was just dying or whatever, I popped her when I unlocked her and I was able to beat him. 3-star. I went into dual field, the PvP thing where you climb the ladder. I went in that joint. Some of the people I was too weak to fight, I was able to punch up on them, beating them, because Sakura was giving my team enough sustain and defense reduction, or damage reduction, defense up, that we was taking less damage, and it was allowing me to beat harder content and harder enemies. All right, so that power right there, that the self heal, it's pretty good. So if you're getting jumped, you don't always have to use the bread and butter in that order. You could, if they are engaging you, they spawn up on you and they start jumping you, pop that heal first, because remember, it counts for 3 seconds. So if you pop that first while they're still punching you, you're getting healed. And then you hit them with, the Dragon Ball Z punch, boom, and then go smack into the bread and butter, jump back, hit them with the slug poison, and then basic. All right? And then by the time you finish that combo, you should have back your self heal. All right? You should have back your self heal. You know what I'm saying? And then you maybe hit a dodge or two and, do the bread and butter again. And then by the time you hit the whole, cycle, rotation of your bread and butter at least 2 times, you should have the team heal. So remember that. So, and you gotta remember that the heals kick off 4 seconds. It takes 4 seconds for well, not 4 for her, but it takes 3 seconds for the complete heal. So you're gonna be getting health in increments, but within 3 seconds you get the full amount that she would gave. Now this is a human right here. Now watch me just punish this guy. Watch me punish him. Now my rotation was a little sloppy. My rotation was a little sloppy because I was demonstrating, her abilities. But, of course, I'm going to get this win. And I did notice playing with her, and especially in this mode right here, I can go pretty much, 50 kills, 100 kills without even healing. Because she's a healer. She has 3 heals on her. She has her passive, she has her ultimate, and then she has her special. She's healing constantly. And this, mind you, this is a 4-star. When I get her to a 5-star, because I think I might start saving S shards just for her or building them up for Sunsahado Sasuke. Either one. But I'm telling you, Sakura is a good character. Now, I wouldn't recommend getting her through the VIP. I don't recommend wailing for her. I recommend you going in and unlocking her through the story mode, in the boss tab. So the hardest, tab, the boss one, the third one. Just keep playing through that, beating enough missions till you get to her missions. Now, she has 3 missions you'll be able to farm on. All right, so once you get to that mode and you got the power requirement and you're strong enough to beat it, just farm it every day. I'd rather you do that than dropping a bunch of $100 on unlocking her. All right, I don't know everybody's financial situation, but it's better just to get her free to play. She's not somebody I would say go ahead and wail for. I wouldn't say that. But if you want to, hey, it's good. I do like that they did put her in the path of getting moderate though. I will say that. She's a great hero. So like if you missed out on Sasuke, you're not in the number 1 alliance or group, what they call in the game. You didn't get KCM Naruto or any of that, but you end up wailing and going for martyr, at least you getting a great hero out of it. That's why I say that. You're getting a real good hero out of it. In my opinion, she's a healer, support. KCM, in my opinion, is more of a tank and control. And then you got Sasuke, he's attack. Sasuke's always going to do more damage. He's attack. Every form of Sasuke is an attack. Naruto goes back and forth, but he's pretty much a tank because he does taunt, but he does have control because he inflicts fire. So, but I use him more as a taunt. She's support 100%. But remember, the more damage she does, the more heals, the higher the heal. She's a great character. The only thing I can say that I don't like about Sakura, and they can't change this or anything like that, just part of the lore, is that she's water type. But if you're not running a yin and yang team or anything like that, and you get Sakura, great characters you can use her with. Stuff like Kisame, great character you can use her with. You can use her with I think it's Hokanzuki, the clam guy. He's a great character. He's like a poor man's Itachi. If you don't have Itachi, run him and Mai. Them two does the same thing. They do the same thing Petrify does, except it's called freezing. It does the same exact thing. Locks them down, freeze them in a spot they can't do nothing. Both of those characters. So if you don't have Itachi and you want to run water, you can run Kisame. You can run God, I forgot the name. The water guy that rolls with Sasuke with the big cleave sword. You can run him. He's an A. I forgot the guy's name. But you can run him. And then for your 2 S's, 3 S's, you can run Kisame and you can run Hokazuki and Mai. That's the team right there, all water. Get the full, master increments, bonus on it for element bonus. Now, here's something else I will say about her that's also great. In events like this, where you have other people that's playing on the team with you, she can heal them. So if one of my teammates was to walk up to you, I don't know if you was watching and you end up noticing, because I did it multiple times within the video of me talking. But, all right, you can see my teammate right there. You see, he was getting heals. He was, those green plus, those green numbers, those plus, he was getting that. When I dropped the slug down, remember the team heal, it's not only going to heal me, it's going to heal anybody that's an ally to me. And he's on the same team as me because we're a part of the same faction. We're both wolves. So he's going to get heals. Look, he's getting heals. See those greens? Those are his. That's not me. He's gaining those. Now, the little 100 burst thing, the little power-up Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan mode, that's only for me. That's a self-heal. But he will get the 15-second passive. Every 15 seconds, he will get healed because he's an ally. So Sakura is a great hero, especially with them merging the servers. I am going to be doing a video on that too. They have released information. The devs released information said they're about to start merging all the servers together. So when this mode right here, starts getting flooded with real people and not just bots, a lot of people might want to start running Sakura because it allows you to keep your whole team alive. She's going to be able to heal all of your allies in this mode and, story, but, story is just you playing by yourself and, stuff like that. But this is the only mode, well, this one and Chamber of Abundance. And if you do Fairyland, or pretty much any of the modes that's in the experience tab, where you can, queue up with other people that's on your server. If you run in Sakura, you'll be able to heal them as well. It's not just going to heal your team. She'll heal all allies with her passive and with her ultimate. So that's something you might want to look into. Like I said, Sakura is a phenomenal character. She's not there to do damage. But if you're a team-oriented, player, and, or you're playing by yourself, and you got like some hard hitters on your team, some good partners, Sakura can do work. Sakura will do work, and she will help your team survive a lot longer. Like, no exaggeration. She can definitely allow you to beat missions that you're too weak to beat, just because of the regens. She has 3 heals. That's crazy. That's more than Tsunade. Not to mention, her ultimate is half of the cooldown of Tsunade. Tsunade's ultimate that heals the whole team is 40 seconds. Sakura is 20. They both have the 15-second passive that heals the whole team as well. But the difference between her that even makes her even better with the cherry on top is Tsunade, like I said, Tsunade's passive gains, defense up for herself. Sakura can initiate, the defense up herself. When she hits the little Super Saiyan mode, when she herself heal, that right there I just used, that adds defense up to everybody on the team. She has control over it, and it's for the whole team. So because she's a hero, I can click that and kick it off at any moment when I feel it's appropriate. Tsunade, she only gets her defense up every 15 seconds through her passive. There's no controlling that. Every 15 seconds it's going to happen regardless. As long as she's alive, it's going to happen. All right. So I think Sakura is a way better character than Tsunade, guaranteed by far. All right. Now, to really cheese it out, I might just run them both with freaking Itachi too. All right, but that's pretty much all I got for her, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.